Deandre Ayton, 7'1", 250. Chiseled, fast, quick, and nimble.
Play with his back to the basket. He goes over both shoulders.
He's a transcendent player.
He can be involved in pick and pop.
You don't see guys like him very often.
What is this guy unable to do? I haven't seen it.
Ayton is a physical freak at 7'1", 260 pounds with outstanding potential as a rim runner in the open court. Arizona didn't play at a very fast pace, but he showed you glimpses of his freakish tools in transition. Also has potential as a lob catcher at a pick and roll. More of a pop guy at Arizona, but light on his feet with soft hands. Also extremely quick off the floor, quick second jump for a guy his size. Ayton uses that combination of strength, power, quickness, and explosiveness to put defenders through the rim in the paint. Can also move bigs in the post with pound dribbles, drop steps, and finish over the top. Ayton's most NBA-ready skill is his rebounding, especially on the offensive glass. He's a tip dunk threat every time down. He's quick, he uses swim moves, he's explosive, he's powerful, and just a handful for opposing bigs to keep off the glass. Also a threat on the defensive backboards, can crash from the perimeter, rises up in a crowd, and also has good instincts, does a nice job of tapping the ball to himself in traffic. What makes Ayton different than your typical 7'1" monstrous center is his shooting potential in trail situations, in pick and pop situations. Shot the ball well from college three as a freshman on a limited number of attempts. You can also short roll him where he's really comfortable in mid-range spots, and he loves to face up in mid-post situations, wants to inside pivot, jab step, and get to that face-up jumper, has soft touch for a player his size. Also a threat with his back to the basket, can get to left shoulder jump hooks, not overly advanced but light on his feet against opposing bigs, can spin along the baseline, finish with either hand, and has a really nice feel for the game out of the post, handles double teams well, dribbles out, and hits the opposite side shooter. Impressive passer for a big in his mold.
Great pass by Ayton.
Ayton had his struggles defensively as a freshman, but he certainly has the tools to be a factor in that area, especially on the perimeter. He spent most of his minutes at the 4 during his freshman season, so he got some experience guarding beyond the arc, sliding with wings and combo forwards. Here does a nice job of sitting down for a player his size, uses that 7'5" wingspan to alter shots as the primary defender, and then can also cover ground quickly on closeouts, getting out to shooters and contesting. Also has value as a pick and roll defender when he's locked in, has the potential to switch, can hedge and recover, alter shots at the rim, and has the physical size to defend in the post as well against some of the more traditional bigs in the NBA. Lastly, not the most instinctual off-ball shot blocker, but does have the length and quickness to be a factor in that area as his discipline and awareness improve. Arizona had one of its worst defensive seasons during the Sean Miller era, and Deandre Ayton certainly played a role in that. Lacks discipline on the perimeter. Here 30 feet from the rim against Cody Justice late in the game. Gives up an open lane, just doesn't always play in a stance despite having good feet and agility, gets beat off the dribble far more than he should, and pick and roll doesn't have great fundamentals, needs to give more than one half-hearted slide here, allows the ball to get middle, gives up a wide open layup, then gets lost on the perimeter off the ball as well here in the far corner, loses his man, gets back cut, gives up an open dunk. Part of his struggles are a function of playing the 4 rather than the 5 at Arizona, but Ayton simply lacks defensive instincts and awareness. Motor very up and down here, gives no help on the roller, and just not the rim protector that teams are looking for at the 5 for a franchise center. Here he's in perfect position to help on the Trey Holder drive, but just simply watches and gives up a layup at the rim. often loses sight of the ball completely and unable to use that 7'5" wingspan to his advantage, doesn't jump to the ball, doesn't play with consistent effort, and not the menace he could be defensively at the rim. Ayton has shooting potential, but far too often he floats on the perimeter. He doesn't use that 7'1", 260-pound frame to his advantage. He settles for contested mid-range jumpers, and he shoots a really flat ball. He's not quite the caliber shooter you would hope, given the number of jump shots he likes to take, and some of this is a function of playing the 4 next to Dusan Ristic, but a lot of that is by design. He identifies himself as more of a power forward, which is a big reason why he floated on the perimeter during his freshman season. When Ayton does decide to attack opposing bigs off the bounce, he's not the most graceful ball handler, more used to just rising up and settling for those mid-range jumpers, so that's certainly an area where he can improve at the NBA level. Then in the post, he's very used to just overpowering smaller defenders in the Pac-12, needs to add more to his post scoring package in the NBA against legitimate size.
Jonathan Gavoni of DraftExpress.com. We're here with Deandre Ayton.
Where are you going to go?
University of Arizona.
Deandre Ayton is a rare physical specimen with franchise center potential. He can space the floor, he can score on the block, he's a powerful finisher, a capable passer, and a monster rebounder, but Ayton is far from a perfect prospect. Does he have the instincts and motor to anchor a team's defense? Will he float on the perimeter? How valuable are 260-pound centers in today's NBA? With all that said, Ayton has as high of a ceiling as any prospect in the draft.
How much would it mean to be the guy whose name got called first?
It would mean a lot.